coaches, and welcome back to our channel. Today we're covering what's actually happening in the fitness industry right now in 2025, because this year is bringing some major shifts in how we coach, train, and how we run our businesses. And coming off of a year where we saw incredible athletic performances at the Paris Olympics, there's been a massive wave of innovation in training techniques, technology, and how we approach fitness as a whole. And these changes aren't just affecting elite athletes, they're reshaping how we coach everyday clients. Before we dive in, I'm excited to share that ABC Trainerize just released our 2025 State of the Personal Trainer Industry Report. We surveyed trainers just like you to understand what's really working in the field. You can grab your free copy at the link in the description, but for now, let's jump into these predictions and trends. So the first thing we're continuing to see more and more of in 2025 is hybrid coaching. And hybrid coaching isn't just a trend anymore, it's becoming the new standard in fitness. Survey data shows that 38% of trainers are now offering hybrid coaching models, and that number is growing fast. So why is this happening? Well, post-pandemic, a lot of clients started to realize that they wanted the best of both worlds. They crave that personal connection that an in-person trainer gives them, but love the convenience of having virtual workouts they can do from anywhere. And for trainers, this means being able to scale your business beyond just your local area. You're able to reach a lot more people and change a lot more lives while maintaining meaningful connections. So here's what a successful hybrid model might look like for you this year. It can include things like adding in-person sessions to your online packages where you can work with clients on their form and check in on major milestones. For your online clients, it can include things like adding online programming for their daily workouts and digital tracking so they can monitor their progress. You can also do things like virtual check-ins via voice note or videos to keep your clients accountable to their goals. And you can offer on-demand support 24/7 through messaging so that your clients can reach you whenever they have a concern or a question. So if you're convinced and you're ready to jump in and implement hybrid coaching into your business, here are some steps you can take. Number one, start with your existing clients. For your in-person clients, you can start to offer virtual check-ins in between in-person sessions, add digital workout tracking through an app like ABC Trainerize, and implement progress photos and other metric tracking that you can track right in the app so you can see their progress month to month. Number two, you can change how you structure your services and packages. You can create packages that offer extra value with a blend of in-person and virtual sessions. And when you are doing this, you want to make sure that you are pricing appropriately for both your time and value invested, both in person and online. The last thing to keep in mind when you're restructuring your services is to set clear expectations for communication. Yes, clients do have the ability to reach you through the messaging feature at any time, but you want to set clear boundaries because boundaries are important and they can prevent you from burning out as a coach. Perhaps you can set the standard up at the front that they can expect a reply from you between certain hours and what the time frame is that they can expect a reply, such as within 24 hours. And number three, you can use technology effectively to implement all these changes. If you're not already using an online coaching platform, now is the time to start setting these features in motion. Especially if you're planning to transition more of your in-person business to online this year, you want to get really skilled at those touch points where trainers can add the most value, such as nailing your virtual assessments. You also want to create smooth, streamlined systems for communication with your clients and make sure that they're clear on things like when to check in, when they can expect program changes, and how frequent their in-person sessions are going to be if they have them. So one of the biggest changes we've seen over the past few years, and we're going to continue to see into 2025, is the rise of holistic coaching, also called 360 coaching. Now at this point, almost 10% of the respondents in our survey now list holistic coaching as their primary service. That's right, primary. And we expect this to massively explode over the course of the next year. As you mentioned, since COVID, we've seen a massive shift in how people view their health and wellness. The pandemic really showed us that health isn't just about being fit and working out, it's about overall resilience and includes things like your diet, sleep, and mental and emotional well-being. People started connecting the dots between these different factors, especially not just their physical health, but their mental well-being as well. So what does modern holistic coaching actually look like? Well, it can include elements like physical training, of course, nutrition guidance and habit building, sleep optimization, stress management techniques, recovery protocols, lifestyle habit coaching, and other types of mental health supports. So here's what's really interesting. We're even seeing this shift at the corporate level. More and more companies are now investing in corporate wellness programs for their employees. They're realizing that a healthy and productive worker isn't just someone who exercises, but it's someone who is managing all aspects of their well-being. So for trainers who are looking to implement one or more elements of holistic coaching this year, our advice is to start small. You don't have to become a master of every single area overnight, but here are some ways that you can begin and just take that first step. First, you can start by implementing simple nutrition guidance through things like daily habits. These are things that are super easy for clients to understand and follow, such as drinking more water, eating more protein, eating more fiber, and just being more mindful of their portion sizes. Number two, you can add recovery elements and tracking to your clients' programs. Again, maybe you can do this in the form of adding custom daily habits, such as creating a nighttime routine or meditating or deep breathing throughout the day. You can also implement rest day or recovery workouts such as simple stretching or mobility routines that they can do on their off days. Number 3 is you can implement sleep and stress tracking. There are tons of different apps that can connect to your clients' Trainerize accounts so you can see things like their sleep or give them a weekly check-in form where they can rate their stress and sleep levels on a scale of 1 to 10. Number 4, you can implement habit coaching to build sustainable changes. And lastly, you can take a look at your own social media and marketing content and really focus on creating content that educates clients on all aspects of health and wellness, not just their workouts. Once clients see you start to make this shift and start talking about more elements of health outside of just fitness, they're likely to view you as the expert and want to add on those extra services. Now, the beauty of holistic coaching is that it naturally leads to better client retention. As coaches, we know better than anybody that when it comes to things like weight loss or getting stronger or performance, things like diet, sleep, and recovery are just as important as their training program. So when you're helping clients with multiple aspects of their health, you become more valuable and even harder to replace. Plus, clients who focus on the whole picture tend to see better and more sustainable results, not just quick fixes. Now, trend number 3 is all about the direction of social media and video content, specifically when it comes to searchability. And I know the world of social media has been crazy these past few weeks especially, but if the whole TikTok incident taught us anything, is that video content isn't going anywhere and people want it, so it's here to stay. But let's tackle something that is changing rapidly when it comes to social media, and that is searchability. Again, thanks to the influence of platforms like TikTok and YouTube, social media platforms are essentially becoming the new search engine. And this is going to completely change how you approach your content strategy as a coach. Here's what consumers are moving more towards in 2025. Number 1, short form video content, of course, always at the top of the list. People have increasingly short attention spans online. So if you can create super valuable, digestible content that people can quickly watch and save for later, you're on the right track. Number 2 is educational problem-solving carousel posts. Again, it's really hard to sell to a client who isn't aware of the problem that they have or that don't understand that you are the person that's an expert that's able to fix it. By creating carousel posts that are full of education and position you as that expert, you're more likely to attract more clients and grow your business faster. Number 3 is moving towards more searchable, keyword optimized titles, captions, and hashtags. So again, as social media algorithms are evolving, we're seeing that push towards incorporating more keywords, especially ones that are relevant to your niche. This could be things like weight loss for women, mobility for seniors, recovery programs, and stretching. The list goes on and on. So make sure that you're incorporating those keywords and topics into your videos, whether it's in the caption or in the video text, so you can make sure that you hit those keywords as much as possible. And lastly is consistent niche focused content. You've probably heard this saying before, but the riches truly are in the niches. If you can really hone in on what your audience wants and continuously create content that's geared towards that specific problem or challenge and shows your audience that you understand their needs and their lifestyle, you are way more likely to form a connection than if you're just casting a wide net and talking about everything and anything. So I know it seems like keeping up with all these algorithm changes and platforms is next to impossible. So let me break it down simply for you how you can adapt your content strategy to these shifts that we're seeing. Number 1, you want to understand search intent. Again, think about what your ideal clients are searching for. Let's say you work with a lot of busy moms. Maybe they're looking for 30-minute quick hit workouts. Maybe they're looking for healthy meals for families because they're making dinner for their entire family. Making sure you're really clear on what they're searching for, and then again, incorporating those search terms into your content. Number 2 is to focus on solving specific problems. Think about the pain points that your audience has. Maybe they don't have enough time to work out. Maybe they are really limited on budget and they're looking for more budget-friendly options. Whatever it is, make sure you cater your content to hit that audience you're trying to hit and position your program or service as the answer to that problem. Number 3, use clear searchable titles. Think about the title of this YouTube video as you clicked on it. What made you click on it? Something obviously engaged you and drew you in to the point where you made that decision to click. Same thing goes when you're creating titles for your content. Make sure the topic is clear from the title and includes those keywords that are gonna make it impossible for your audience not to click on it. Number 2 is you wanna have a solid content creation framework. Now, what does that mean? Basically, all of your video content should follow a similar flow to help build your brand recognition and make sure that it makes logical sense that your audience can follow. For example, you wanna start off with a hook that clearly states the problem that you're going to address in your video. Again, if you're tackling that problem not having enough time to work out, maybe you're starting with, hey, do you feel like there's never enough minutes in your day to work out? Well, here's why this 30-minute video is the answer. So again, problem, clear solution. Second is you want to position yourself as an expert through examples or demonstrations. For example, hi, my name is Rochelle. I help busy women over 40 get fit without giving up their favorite foods. You can even add things to build your reputation further, such as I've worked with people for X amount of years, I've worked with X amount of clients, the list goes on and on. Number 3 is you're going to deliver quick, actionable value. Remember, people's attention spans are super limited on these platforms. They're scrolling through really fast, and the moment they lose interest, they're gone. So make sure that you're delivering that value quick and edit out things like pauses, ums, or long spaces without talking to make sure that it's quick and action-packed. And lastly, you want to end with a clear call to action. Even once that video has ended, you want to continue that connection with the person that's viewing it. You can invite them to follow your page for more topics like this. You can invite them into an offer, such as an email list or a free download to grab. There are lots of creative ways to hook people in and just keep that conversation going. So the final part of your content strategy is going to be your platform strategy. And I know with so many platforms out there these days, how do you choose which one is best for you? When you're first starting out, I recommend starting with at least 1 to 2, just to kind of get your feet wet and get a feel for what your audience wants. It should be also something that's doable for you and that you're able to stay consistent with, which is why I recommend starting with less and you can always dial up to more as you get more comfortable. Now, when it comes to posting across different channels, let's say your platforms are Instagram and TikTok, you want to repurpose your best content across platforms. So if you have a video that popped off on TikTok, save it without the watermark, if you can. There are tons of free tools out there, and repurpose it to Instagram and maybe even YouTube Shorts. The more eyes on your video, the better. And the best part is you don't have to spend the extra time making that content again because you've already put the time and effort into making it once. When it comes to video especially, you also want to make sure that you're using trending sounds and format. This is super important just when it comes to getting that algorithm to boost out your content to more people. And lastly, always engage with your community. It's not enough to just post and then ghost. Keeping the conversation going, and again, maybe even taking it off the platform into, let's say, a sales call or a lead generation form to make sure that you are moving customers through your funnel. There are a few winning content ideas that we've seen coaches use again and again and have success with. Quick form tips for common exercises such as squats, deadlifts, or rows, debunking common fitness myths, day in the life videos so that people can get to know you and connect to you on a more personal level, and answering frequently asked client questions. So the key here is to stop thinking like a content creator and start thinking like a problem solver. What questions are your ideal clients typing into the search bar? If you can figure that out, those are your golden opportunities. Now, we couldn't talk about 2025 trends without talking about AI. So first of all, let's just squash the fear that AI is going to be replacing trainers. What it's actually going to be doing this year is enhancing your coaching capabilities while maintaining that irreplaceable human connection. So here's how we've seen coaches successfully implement AI into their businesses over the past few years. First, program design. Now again, I'm not saying that your entire program should be exactly built by AI, but what it can help with is quick customization of your workout templates. So again, if you already have a set template that you follow with your clients, just filling in the workouts or giving different options can be super helpful and a time saver. Intelligent progression and regression suggestions. So for example, let's say you have a dumbbell squat program for your client and you're looking for a progression for a client that's a bit more advanced. You can type it into ChatGPT and get some great suggestions of alternative exercises for more advanced lifters. Program and workout descriptions. This is especially great if you're building out your online or signature programs and you just need some help filling in those workout descriptions at the top. And recommendations for recovery, such as extra stretching suggestions, maybe even things like water, sauna. The second way we've seen successful coaches use AI in their business is by using it as their silent business operations partner. So there are tons of ways that AI can assist you in your day-to-day operation. Things like automated client check-ins. You can automate these directly in the ABC Trainerize app so you can just set it and forget it. Smart scheduling systems such as Calendly. Assistance with content creation. Again, AI can assist you with everything from copywriting your social media posts to writing your emails to brainstorming ideas for content topics, and data analysis for client trends. If you pull your client's data into a spreadsheet, you can have AI analyze for patterns and trends and then make recommendations based on those patterns. But here's the key with AI. It can be kind of a slippery slope to losing that human connection that your clients value so much from you. So you still want to find those important opportunities for that one-on-one touch point to make sure that your clients feel taken care of by you, not a computer. It's actually sending them that video feedback where they can see your face and hear you talking, or using our voice notes feature to send them a quick voice note. The second piece to use AI authentically is your implementation strategy. So start with one AI tool at a time, maybe ChatGPT. Again, remember, you don't have to learn everything at once. Test and refine your processes as you go. You can ask your clients or colleagues for feedback, asking them which parts are helpful and which parts they would prefer to have more connection with you. Be transparent with your clients. Again, you don't need to exactly tell them that AI assisted in their programming, but if you are automating some parts of the system, such as their check-ins, you can let them know ahead of time, just so they're not bombarded when a message does come through. But I want you to remember that it's a tool in your coaching toolbox, not the whole workshop. Your experience and your ability to connect with your clients, that's what's gonna make you an irreplaceable coach. So our final trend and prediction for 2025 is all about you, the coach. And what I mean by that is that your personal story, aka your personal brand, is going to play a more important role than ever before. Gone are the days of just cold DMing people on Instagram and hoping for the best. The future belongs to those who utilize something we call attraction marketing and authentic storytelling through your content. So why this shift? Nowadays, people are craving authenticity. Again, we've talked about the rise of AI, shorter attention spans, and that need for greater personal connection since the pandemic. Clients are getting very smart and they can spot a sales pitch from miles away. What they're actually looking for is coaches or people who can genuinely connect with them before they even think about buying. For example, think about the people that you follow in the fitness space on social media. What about their story or their content drew you to their account? There's something in there that got you invested and made you want to follow them along on their journey and listen to their expertise. So let's break down what effective personal branding actually looks like in 2025. So the first part of branding is your core brand elements. These include things like your unique coaching philosophy, what do you do differently and better than any other coach out there, and why do people come to you, your personal values and mission. These are going to be different for everybody. It's shaped by your experiences, your history with fitness, and wherever you were versus to where you've gotten to today. All of this is shaped by your values and mission that drove you to get there. Your specific area of expertise, your authentic voice and personality, and having a consistent visual identity. This is things like your business's logo, colors, fonts, etc. Now, these things are typically the things that probably come to mind when you think about branding, especially when it comes to things like the visual branding, like your logos and colors. But what's actually more important is how you show up in your content online, how you talk about or what you share from your own fitness journey. People can really connect to that and they want a coach they can relate to or are inspired by. Behind the scenes of your coaching style, the best thing you can do for your content is not just to showcase your clients working out, but have a video of you actually working with them and the pointers that you're giving them. That way people can actually envision themselves working with you and what it would be like. Client success stories, with permission of course. Feel free to always share your best case studies and testimonials as social proof, expert tips in your specialty area, and just showing real, authentic, unpolished moments. Perfect is boring, and nobody wants to follow someone who's absolutely perfect. Share all the moments of your journey, including the times that maybe you struggled or the times that you weren't perfect on your routine. Again, these are relatable for clients, and it helps them to know that nobody, not even their coach, is perfect. So let's go back to that concept of attraction marketing. What is attraction marketing? It's having a brand that is so strong that you don't even need to sell because it's attracting clients right to you. And I'm gonna give you a roadmap of exactly how to do that. First, you're gonna start by creating a clear customer journey for people to follow. This typically starts with something like a free resource, such as a webinar, challenge, or PDF, something that's low risk just to engage them in a relationship with you where you can connect with them on a deeper level once they're inside. From there, you're going to funnel what we call your warm leads, aka people who have kind of indicated themselves as being interested in the program or service that you're offering, and funnel them into your higher ticket programs, maybe your signature program. So for example, maybe you offer a free 7-day trial for your online coaching where people can get a feel for your training app and see what it would be like to train with you. Once they finish that 7-day trial, you can present your different paid options. Again, that final piece of attraction marketing is packaging your best client case studies and results and showcasing them as social proof. People are going to have a hard time trusting you and understanding why they should invest in your coaching program if they can't see results of people just like them who have done the same. If it feels impossible or out of reach, people aren't going to buy. And now personal branding isn't just for individual trainers. Even the studios and gyms are catching on. We're seeing more facilities putting their trainers' personalities front and center, especially on their social media pages, instead of just relying on polished, overly corporate cold content. So if you're ready to start working on your personal brand, here are some action steps you can take right away to stand out online. Number one, you can define your core values. Whether you're an in-person coach or an online coach, it's important that you're really clear on these so you can understand what kind of business feels good for you to run, what kind of clients you want to take on, and what kind of programs and services you actually want to offer. These should all be aligned with your values and your mission. Identify your ideal client avatar. I know I've mentioned this before, but really want to drive home just how important this is. Your brand is designed to connect to that avatar specifically, so if you don't know who you're talking to, it's going to be really hard to create those connections. Create your content themes. Maybe every Monday you're going to share a quick form tip or correction. On Wednesdays, you're going to do an Instagram or TikTok live with more lengthy topics to discuss. And on Fridays, you're going to share a motivational quote. Understanding those themes and keeping them consistent over time is what's going to really build your brand into something that's long lasting and impactful. Develop your unique voice. What kind of words do you use in your content? What kind of tone of voice do you use? Are you funny? Are you more serious? Are you inspiring? Keep it consistent to build that brand recognition. And again, nail that clear pathway for your audience to become paying clients. Whether it's those freebies, whether it's engaging with them in the DMs, there are tons of ways you can move them along that funnel to start nurturing that relationship to becoming a high ticket client. So remember, personal brand isn't about being perfect all the time. It's about being authentic and adding value to your audience. When you nail this, the clients are gonna come to you rather than you having to chase them, and trust us, that's a great place to be. So these trends we've covered today aren't just predictions. They're already shaping how successful trainers are growing and driving their businesses forward and getting better results for their clients. And the evolution of the fitness industry isn't slowing down anytime soon. In fact, if anything, it's speeding up faster than ever. So how do you be successful in this crazy, ever-changing landscape? You're gonna need to stay adaptable, get creative, and commit to your growth. But if I know one thing, it's this for sure. Staying ahead of these trends and putting your clients' needs front and center every time is going to turn any challenge you face into a new opportunity. So if you're ready to dive deeper into some of these insights, I want you to go ahead and grab our free 2025 State of the Personal Trainer Industry Report. It's packed with data, actionable strategies, and real-life examples from trainers who are already making these changes in their businesses and inspire you to do the same. So drop a comment below with which trend you're most excited to implement in your business this year, and don't forget to subscribe for more industry insights that will help you grow into 2025 and beyond. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.